What's going on, everybody? This is Peter Renner back with another pickups video for you this week. I managed to get a few things that I felt like sharing this week. I was going to do this a couple days ago, but life got in the way. So getting around to this Sunday night. So these are just a few things that I managed to grab either through the mail or at shops or what have you. Books that I got this last week since the last time I gave you one of these videos. Again, I do usually, if you don't already know, I do dollar bin digging over at comicbookinvest.com. And I also do a few shows and some articles that also relate with Tales from the Flip Side. So I know if you guys aren't checking that stuff out, you really should, because it's a lot of fun, free content. But again, just going to give you a few things that I've managed to pick up this week. The first of which I actually got yesterday in the mail. I showed this off already on my Instagram, so you might have seen it if you follow me there. If not, perhaps you should. But this is a pretty awesome ASM 300 from 4Color Creations. It is made of wood, and it is 3D, if you can see that. How it's erased and textured with the 300s there are like etched into the wood. It is just gorgeous, this thing. I mean, check it out right there. So again, see that? That's 4Color Creations is where I've managed to pick this bad boy up. He's doing a great job. He's got a lot of like pre-code horror type covers, but a lot of stuff that I've covered on Vintage Voyage with my buddies Ben C and John Z, but I honestly don't have a lot of those books, so to buy the recreations of like Black Cat and whatnot would seem a little fake for me. So this is a book I actually do own, so getting this one recreated made sense. So that's why I went with the more modern with the ASM 300. But I just love this thing. This thing is awesome. So I don't know. I recommend you guys go check them out. There's great stuff there. I mean, yeah, you can look at whatever the new store variant is this week to throw your money down on it, or you can get something awesome and unique like this. I went this way, and I suggest you think about it. Oh, that said, next, before I go on to my other regular pickups, I want to also give a shout out to Mel V and his It's Drunken Chat Son podcast that he does over on his channel. It was a few weeks back. I hopped on. I was on watching for a while, and then I eventually had to. I mean, those guys go like late. Those guys go like all night. It's crazy how much information they're throwing out. So I actually went to bed and didn't even realize that they also do a ton of giveaways. And I had actually won one of the giveaways, but I wasn't aware because I was already in bed by the time they got around to it. It was probably like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning when they got to that round of giveaways that week. But Jason, I think it was Jason Marble, reached out to me and he let me know that I did win. So this is what I got, again, just for watching the show and just for hanging in there, and checking him out. And again, I suggest you go check him out as well. It's a great show. But I got this third print, Gwen Stacy, this design variant. As you guys might have noticed on one of my CGC unboxings, I did get this in a 9/8. So I already had one of these already. So now I can consider maybe moving that 9/8 and keeping, this guy for myself. I don't know. But it's pretty awesome. I already reached out to Mel to see if I can hop on. I'm going to try to figure it out, hop on there one of these days so I can, pay it forward and find something that I can give out, to somebody else. Some other lucky winner. But again, go check them out. It's Drunken Chat, son. Awesome stuff. Now, going into some of the other random stuff that I've just managed to pick up. Things I just order online. I just found them pretty cheap. This I picked up because when I was writing Dollar Bin Digging a few weeks ago, I had mentioned Jackpot. So I don't know. I just came across the Free Comic Book Day book pretty cheap. So I went and grabbed this. This is actually Jackpot's first appearance in here. So if Sony does decide to go that way with this female movie, I'm covered. If not, it doesn't matter. Again, I got this pretty cheap. I know this has gone up and spiked a few times, but I didn't pay too much for this. It's Free Comic Book Day version after all. So I wouldn't go spending too much money either. But, something to keep an eye out for. Following up on my Usual Suspects, the Suicide Squad 2 article, I did also manage to find a cheap copy of First Bloodsport as well before prices really spiked. I think this started hitting like $30-$40 at some point. I don't know if it's still there, but I got this one, I think, for a few dollars. It was still pretty cheap. So I got in, thankfully, a little early. But, so grab that one there. I don't know. I think Idris is probably going to make his mark. But again, I don't know if he's going to make it all the way through that movie. But we'll see. I'm still picking up Star Wars books because I do enjoy Star Wars, as you can see. And I did not have this one, so I have been looking for a little while just to make sure I could find one. But this is Star Wars Empire 27. This is the first General Grievous, I believe, in comic form. And it's a very weak first, if you really want to call it first, cameo. He's like in a montage kind of picture. I'll throw up an image of it here, but yeah, so that's why I ended up grabbing this one. It's Empire 27 for that Grievous appearance. Again, it's not that easy to find either. You don't see it, but keep an eye on it. If you're digging in a box of cheap books or dollar bins, because that's most of the Empire run really doesn't do much. But look for that 27 if you do find Empires. Next up, I actually missed this the week it came out, and then I didn't want to pay the premiums of the first initial spike with the sellouts for this second print, but I did manage to find a couple of copies, a little more than cover. So I split the cost, the shipping cost for them. So I did manage to get this Bounty Hunter second print cover because I just think it's an awesome cover. So I wanted one. So again, I grabbed two because the seller had two, and again, splitting that shipping cost made it a little more palatable. But yeah, not too bad. Again, I think I paid a little less than double cover for this, so that I can stomach. I'm not looking to go spend $20 on this because that's what this thing was hitting when it first came out and was sold out. I was like, I'm not paying $20 for some random second print that just came out. But yeah, $7 or so, I can deal with that. Next up, I ordered this book in preparation for last week's 3-comic Monty with Axel Alonso for Crime, because I really like this series and I wanted to talk about this series on the show, and I really like this cover, but it's another one of those second prints that I missed out on the week it came out, and I just didn't want to pay the upfront cost or go tracking it down. This didn't get really expensive or anything like that, but it's just one of those things you just kind of let slip my mind. But I tried to order it and try to get it in time for the show, but I didn't. But I did get it now. And this is the Slots #1 second print. It's just an awesome cover, and this is just also, again, awesome series. Great read. I think it's only 5 issues or so, but if you like that kind of street level crime type stuff, this takes place in a Vegas type atmosphere. It's pretty cool. So again, pretty cool cover, pretty good story. I would go check it out if you haven't already. All right, next up, I have a variant for you. This is a variant I did find for $1 a while back, and I flipped it pretty quickly because at the time it was like a $50 book, and it's a 1 in 10. This is the Supergirl 50, the Josh Middleton cover. It's pretty cool. I took that quick money when I found it in a dollar bin, and then I kind of regretted it after doing so. So I did manage to find this one for not for super cheap, but at a price that well below what I got for my initial one. So I feel good even a year or two later picking this back up and returning it where it belongs. So got replaced it. So got my Supergirl 50 back. All right, let's see what we have next here. All right, if you've been also following stuff that I've been picking up lately, you may notice I've been getting a lot of Dave Stevens stuff because I like Dave Stevens artwork, and I'm just trying to collect it now because I should have done it before. But here's an odd book that my buddy Mike Morello pointed out to me, just saying, hey, if you're interested, go check out this Near Mint magazine. It's like a fanzine that I think I got it on my comic shop, and I saw it. I was like, that's pretty awesome. And it was not too expensive, and it's just a pretty cool piece of art and a pretty odd little find. It's not something you're going to find at most shops. I mean, it's oversized. It's like magazine size. Again, this is a fanzine for students, fans, pros. It's again, interesting little piece. So I grabbed it. While I was there, I also grabbed this World of Wood cover that I did not have. I had the other World of Wood cover, but I did not have this one. So I grabbed this Dave Stevens one too, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, you got the whole tentacle thing going on, but yeah, pretty awesome. World of Wood #1. All right, moving on. Swung by one of my LCSs last week and was digging and looking for some books, and I found another book that I actually was looking for not that long ago. I just like this cover. I wanted it. I was actually trying to get this for our Sanford Greene three comic money episode where we did Black Heroes, and I wanted to get this Storm cover, and I mentioned even on the show I wanted to get that one, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't get one in time, but I managed to find one this past week, and this is the Michael Turner variant for, what is this, issue 18? Yeah, issue 18. And as you can see, yeah, $7, not too bad. I'm in for $7. You can look it up online. You can see it does a little bit more. And I believe this is the marriage issue of this issue of Black Panther where Storm and T'Challa got married. So again, I know a lot of Black Panther books are going up, with the sad passing of Chadwick Boseman last week, but the books are still great. I mean, regardless of what happens and goes forward, it's still one of the best Marvel movies, if not the best MCU movie to me. And the books are also still good. So what are you going to do? So to that end, I grabbed another Black Panther this past week just because, again, it was just a cover that caught my eye. And this is a variant for Ultimates issue 3. This is one of the Black Panther variants. Yeah, you can see it's got a $10 sticker on it, but this is at another shop that actually does 40% off of these older variants. So again, this cost me $6 then. So for $6, I was in. Pretty cool cover. Don't see that around a lot, so yeah, why not? All right. Lastly, going to get back into a little bit of a story that comes with what else I got along with that Black Panther at the same shop. I was wandering around, the store. I was grabbing a couple of new issues, some of the second prints that were out, like the Black Winter that was at Thor 6, grabbing random stuff like that just because that's what was out this week, and just generally looking for something else to buy when I looked down and I saw this box of comics. It was a diamond box, just loose issues, just stacked up, side by side, two full stacks in this diamond box. And I saw Batman 2 from New 52, and it was just sitting there and looking at me. I'm like, I didn't know what this was. So I asked the guy who was running the shop. I was like, well, what's this box down here? And he told me, he's like, oh, that was a pull box that just, it's abandoned. Like, guy never came up and picked up the books. So, yeah, so we're just going to put them back out. I'm like, well, looking at the Batman 2, New 52, and thinking of the time frame this could have been, and it's a pull box. I was like, can I look through it? And he's like, yeah, sure. And as I start to get down on my knees, start digging in this diamond box, it's on the floor. I asked him, I was like, and how much? I'm thinking, is he going to try to price these books individually? As I pull them out, still could be worth it. Let me just ask, what the deal is. And he said, no, they'll just be cover. He's like, that's what I would have charged him if he came in. So whatever you pull out of there, it will just be cover. So immediately dove into this box and just started ripping through a ton of early New 52 DC books. So we're talking, what was that, 2011? So this is a 9-year-old pull box that basically has untouched books sitting in it that I got to dig through. So I'm going to show you what I grabbed out of that box. All right. I'll take a quick sip. All right, I kind of separated these. These are not how I pulled them. Again, these were pull issues. I could see it week by week. I saw like all the different issues, like all the different titles the guy was getting, together in stacks and then piled up on top of one another. But it wasn't really in a perfect order, so things were all muddled and kind of jumbled. So I had to make pull out what I wanted and then just figure it out afterwards. But I kind of put them here in order to kind of show them off to you guys. But first off, I grabbed Flashpoint 1, which seen a little bit of heat lately with all the Flash movie news / rumors. So that was a good find in there. Sticking on what I do a lot in dollar bin digging, those last issues, Gotham City Sirens. This is the only issue of Gotham City Sirens they had in there, and it was the last issue. So this is issue, what was it, 26? So this is the only one that was in there. I was hoping it would go back and get the last couple issues because I know there were some Joker issues that are pretty cool right near the end there as well. But I was happy to get this one. Also does pretty well on its own. And then, as I said, I saw that Batman 2, New 52, so I went digging and hoping, and yeah, Batman 1, New 52 was in there. As was that issue 2 that I saw. This is the one that caught my eye and got me digging in the box. And we all know now, all this Court of Owls, a lot of these books are heating up for different levels of appearances and cameos and what have you. So, First Talon and stuff in there. So, again, digging in the box. So, there was also issue 3. 4, which is one of the ones that has got a little extra heat lately. 5. Number 6, which I know there's a lot of argument over whether this is actually a first appearance or not. I mean, regardless, it doesn't matter. You want to try to get all these because it's a great story on its own, and this is just an awesome cover anyway. But I still believe, yeah, Court of Owls Pierce before this issue, but this is still one I would still say to get, not only just for the cover, but the story as well. And then finishing it off, the last Batman that I could find in that box was issue 7, which I think is the first Harper Row, and ends up becoming Bluebird. So also a good one to find. And evidently there was another pull box, because after I told a buddy of mine about this find of this box, he went and checked out the shop and found that there was another pull box for the same customer. We assume because all the issues following this, like 8 going forward, he found in that box. So he went through and was picked up a few things out of that box. But lucky for me, I got there first and grabbed a bunch of these books. So also in that box, I did manage to find a little bit before New 52 started, and some of those issues were like the detective run. Now, the detective run didn't go back, unfortunately, to the start of the Jock Snyder run with 871, that Black Mirror issue, but 875 was the earliest, and just looking at Topher's True First article that he released this weekend, this is the first reference or mention to Court of Owls in this issue, so this could be something that that heats up as well, if people start seeing interest in that. So, something to keep an eye on. And again, I went digging, hoping, because you all know what's in this run. 876, I went hoping and digging and praying I would find it. Again, these were all out of order. I was grabbing them randomly, debating whether 877, whether I was going to get this entire run or not, because a lot of these issues on their own don't do that much. I have managed to complete one of these runs already for myself. So I didn't need these issues. And even though they're $2.99, it's like, did I really need them? Well, we'll see. Maybe I can lock these up. But again, I was still looking and praying and hoping for, this. But as I was going through 879 and flipping through, and I found 881. And I got depressed. Like, oh man, so close, hoping to get that 880. I had all these books pulled out of this diamond box, just restacked in front of me on the floor. Again, I'm on a carpeted floor in this shop with these stacks of books, a pile that I'm gonna buy with the random piles that I'm hoping don't fall, because you know how loose comics get when you stack them. You stack them too high, they start to slide. And so I was disappointed. So I started putting them back, and I figured while I'm putting them back, let me just go through and make sure I didn't miss anything else. So as I'm putting them back, trying to put them also back in the box in case I want to go back and check this box out again, because there was still some other interesting stuff in there that I didn't buy just because I ended up buying. I mean, there's a lot of books I was buying, even at $3 a piece. It still got pricey after a while. So I didn't want to go too far, overkill. But there was again, Flash, the Flash New 52 books, or the Green Lantern New 52 books were all there. Issues 1 through 7, I believe, probably were in that box. And then there was like Teen Titans, I think, and like Legion runs from there. Again, bunch of DC stuff and some of the Superman books, but nothing that had the same cachet as this Batman stuff. But as I was going through and putting all the books back, honest to God, last book in that stack, that pile, before I put it back, was the 880. So it was in there, and my heart just leapt with joy. I was so happy to find this. This is a very clean copy. I might send this off to get graded. I'm going to take another look at it. It's definitely nicer, I think, than the copy that I already have, which I think has at least one tick. But this one looked pretty good, so I might send this off to get graded, because especially knowing that I can take a chance, because I paid $2.99 for it. I paid cover price for this. 9 years later, after this is a very expensive book these days, I can take that chance, because what do I got to lose? So this will probably go in my next CGC order, and I'll probably do a unboxing video of that too, and you guys will see the results of that as well, if you're interested, obviously. But yeah, so got the 880. So happy. So that was those were my pickups mostly for last week. There's other random stuff, but I'm not going to show you all the other random junk that I grabbed. And I'll be doing a dollar bin video later this week to show you what I picked up at the flea market, and if I hit any shops over the next couple of days before Thursday's article, and see what else I could find for $1 this week. But again, check out For Color Creations. Check out It's Drunken Chat Son. Check out comicbookinvest.com. Check out Tales from the Flip Side's YouTube channel. And thanks for taking a look at the books I grabbed this week, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time.